there are places where there were cancelled votes.
So tell us those places and the reasons for the cancellation.
Places were Asa, and of the affected registration area was one. It was cancelled as a result of overvoting. Another place was Edu. At Edu, there was the snatching of the ballot box. But with the intervention of the police, the ad hoc staff were rescued. But the box was gone away with. At Ilorin East, there was overvoting in one polling unit. Ilorin South, overvoting in one polling unit. And Irepodun, there was overvoting in one polling unit. Ilorin West, at one polling unit, some hoodlums came and disrupted the voting. So voters took to their heels.
Okay, thank you very much, Scope. Party agents, any questions, any observations? Okay, the Labour Party.
Sir, going by what happened with Ekiti result, it is only fair that we should be allowed to correlate what they have given so that no party will be disenfranchised, and we should not come and present another observation and it will be looked down at. So we want to have time to correlate this result and make sure that it tallies with what they presented, but not just to give us.
What do you mean by correlation?
To collect it, to calculate it.
You are not given copies. You are not given copies of the results for the purpose of correlation. I'm sure you must have participated in collation of results.
Sir, we had issue at the polling unit, at the collation centers, and we also have been issue here.
No, what I'm saying is that if you say that we should give you the results so that you can correlate, the purpose of collation is for you to look at what has been presented.
To interrogate it, sorry, I want to use the word interrogation.
So how do you interrogate the results at this point? Raise your observations, let me hear you carefully.
So let us have time and do that.
Yeah, Dino Melaye, PDP. Mr. Chairman, the purpose for amending the Electoral Act and making electronic transmission of results from polling units is to enhance the transparency, credibility of the process. In accordance with Section 65 and Section 64, 4 of the Electoral Act 2022 as amended, I want to demand that while the 2 other screens can show the results as presented by the returning officer, the center screen should actually show the uploaded results. That is the only way we can compare and be sure that what the returning officers are presenting is in consonance with the uploaded results. Because without uploading the results, and we are making a comparison here, it will be difficult to know where BVAS were bypassed. Because upload is supposed to be done immediately after voting. And I have your manual for electoral officers here, and it is so stipulated therein. So we will want, as the presentation is done state by state, the uploaded results on your server should be displayed. What they are presenting also displayed by the 2 smaller screens. Then we'll be able to know if what is uploaded is what is being presented. That is the only way the transparency of this process can be guaranteed. That is the way bypassing BVAS can be detected, and that is the only way we can get results. Because more than 10 times, Barrister Festus Okoye made press conferences and told Nigerians that BVAS and electronic transmission of results have come to stay. We want to see it in practice. Thank you.
Okay, any further comments before I respond?
Mr. Chairman, sir, I just wish to appeal to my colleagues. These are results that were declared at the state level, where we all had agents. And the agents who have had signed, what has just been transmitted here is what were polled at the state level. This, Dino, please, you made your observation. Let me make mine. I'm speaking for me. Thank you very much. So, sir, what I'm suggesting, so we save everybody's time, we all note our observations, and where we need to challenge, we follow the law, so that time is saved and we move on. Asking that we start uploading from polling units here, we may take the rest of the year to declare these results, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further comments? Yeah, there's a lady raising her hand.
Permit me to stand on existing protocol. Juliet Anyata Ogba, Mrs. PRP agent. I humbly, Mr. Chairman, support the motion of or proposition of a PDP agent. Secondly, the total number of accredited votes is mentioned to be 519, sorry. And then the total vote cast is mentioned to be 496,683. And then when you minus the total number of votes from the total number of accredited voters, you have a balance of 836. And my question is, what happened to these 836 voters that were duly accredited? Was there been time that, as in, did they not vote? What happened to the vote at all? So mine is like a clarification of what happened to this number. Thank you. While I strongly support that the upload of results should be displayed.
I hear you, but the state collection officer who has presented the result will respond to the question you ask about the result. But for the purpose of final collation of the results, at what point are results transmitted to the IRF portal, and what's the purpose? First, for transparency of the process. And when it goes to the ward level collation, which is the first layer of collation, where there is a discrepancy between the manual copy brought by your agent from the field, that discrepancy should be resolved against the electronically transmitted results, either on the portal or on the machine. That is why from the polling unit level, the machines and the physical copies of the results are handed over to the collation officer at ward level. This procedure has taken place at ward collation level. And you had agents at ward collation level. From there, it went to the local government collation level, then the state collation level, before the results are presented here. So it is not at this point, with due respect, the agent of the PDP, that you will talk about the display of the polling unit level result, because you don't have copies of the polling unit level results. It's at that point that it ought to have been done. And based on the result that we have received, we believe that that has been done. So I will still call on the scope to respond to the issue raised by the agent of the People's Redemption Party.
Thank you, sir.
I would really like a situation where we make this a collation of results rather than dragging us back on matters that must have already been ironed out at coalition level. In my opening statement yesterday, I said that these results are collated at 4 stages. Apart from the polling unit level, where they were counted and recorded, there was ward level collation. Parties had agents. It went to local government collation. Parties had agents. State collation. Parties had agents. And at that point, they had all the little pieces of paper that we are talking about to compare. But let's listen to the scope. I will still come back to you. No, just a minute, if you may. Just a minute. Let's make this a procedure that we all should make. Okay. Let the rec, or the scope for Kwara, respond to that question, and then we'll come back to the issue.
Thank you, sir.
Let the scope respond. I will still come back to you. Scope.
Thank you, sir. Regarding the comments by the PRP agents, I have mentioned earlier that there were some cancelled votes in some of the polling units, and this might be attributed to the difference. Thank you, sir.
Okay. The agent of the PRP, PDP, can you please repeat what you said on the basis of the provision of the law?
I just want to quickly react to the presentation by the chairman on we are in this country, and the INEC made a press statement when uploads were not done. You even said there was no hacking of your server and all that. And everyone sitting there is either a Christian or a Muslim. And you know there was problem with uploading your results. Till this minute I'm speaking, many results have not been uploaded on your server. So you cannot be using justification that votes took place at the polling units when INEC failed in uploading results from polling units. If you had uploaded those results immediately after vote was casted in each polling unit, we will have access to them, and I will not be asking questions here. But as I speak to you, those results were not uploaded for hours. Yesterday, I complained to you, the chairman. I complained to 2 other commissioners, and in my presence, they called the rec in Imo, where even the director of ICT was saying they should use offline to upload. So if results were not uploaded, we as parties cannot be challenged that the process is over. The process is not over because it is faulty. Results were not uploaded, and if those results were not uploaded, we are definitely going to contest the authenticity of whatever presentation is being made here. And finally, sir, I want to challenge any returning officer from any state coming here, because there's penalty for you if you lie or if you alter anything. Tell us before you start your presentation that what you are presenting before cameras, that what you are presenting is what is uploaded on INEC website. Please say that and see if you have given wrong information, you will not go to jail.
Okay. Is there any agent of any party that hasn't spoken? Party agent? No, not you. Your party has spoken. Let's give the opportunity to another person. You have also spoken, PRP. Please take your seat. Let's make this orderly, in an orderly manner, please. Speak, introduce yourself.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Chinemelo Uba. I represent APP. I want to align with the submission of the PDP agent. If we take your submission, Chairman, it may seem what we are here for is mere formality. as if all has been done at the level of the ward, local government, and state. Mr. Chairman, if there is difficulty in why what he's saying cannot be done, you explain to us, maybe we understand. But what he's asking for, to my mind, is very apt. We are here as the final collation center, either to correct what has been done wrongly. We've had complaints from the ward, from the local government, from agents there. If we can upload this year, we serve as a final arbiter, so to say. Thank you, sir.
Okay. If you have any complaints, any documents that you may have, please forward them. But otherwise, we cannot be considering the report from Kwara and talking about matters arising from another state. When we come to that state, we'll talk about matters arising from that state. Which party is that, Alex?
Alex,
go ahead.
ADP.
Yes.
I stand before you and the entire world to support what the PDP agent had said. Because before now, Nigerians have waited, with abated palpitation for authenticity of this project, 2023. And the information or the education we had before now is that whatever vote is cast is transmitted upon that time. That is the education we had. But we are now hearing a different introduction of some other phrases like BVAS, boycott, or whatever language is used for it. So we needed the party, the collation officer from the state, like it has been asserted, for them to do that. Let them prove to us that yes, at the point of voting, it was transmitted. Secondly, sir, I have read and I've seen that even at the point of election, some personalities in this country showed their ballot paper for the party they voted for.
Representative of the ADP.
Yes, sir.
Please, that is not before us.
Yes, I know, but I'm proactively speaking, sir.
Please, let us focus on what is before us.
Yes, but
the result for the election from Kwara.
I know, sir.
This is unending.
Allow me to land, sir. Allow me to land. Because we are looking at the transparency of the entire system. And if it's the entire system, if somebody shows the party he voted for, that also can be taken as vote buying. And so we have to take care of that, sir.
I wish we can confine ourselves to what is before us, consideration of the report from Kwara.
All right, sir.
Not what transpired.
In summary, I support the move of PDP, sir.
So that's all you wanted to say all this while, just to support. Okay. The second agent of the PDP, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Emeka Ihedio. Mr. Chairman, I am one of the Nigerians that have absolute confidence in this electoral process. Mr. Chairman, when there were efforts to undermine the authority of INEC, we stood firmly that INEC must be truly independent. Mr. Chairman, we're talking about the transparency of this process, and we're talking about confidence in the process. I had cause, sir, to engage you yesterday. I had cause to speak to your national commissioners yesterday. I had cause to speak to them this morning about collation and abuse of the electoral process. Mr. Chairman, as we speak, in a number of states, efforts are still ongoing to undermine that process. Result sheet, Mr. Chairman.
I wish you can just confine yourself
Mr.
to what has been presented.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman,
if you are talking about what is not before us, this discussion will be unending. And we are not here for an ending discussion.
Sir, the point
We are
I'm
here for
making,
collation of results.
Mr. Chairman, please, sir. The point I'm making, sir, is that it is clear that there were problems with uploading the results, which is fundamental to where we are. And we are saying it is important that we know, that Nigerians are aware, that electors know that the votes they've cast were properly uploaded and it reflects the wishes of the people from polling units. Mr. Chairman, fundamentally, it is clear to us that in the course of collation officers and return officers were forced by people who think they're more powerful to return results. And Mr. Chairman, it's important that that is addressed. Where people...
Excuse me, the former Deputy Speaker of the Federal Republic, please speak to what you can present evidence for, not to stand at the national collation to be making insinuations. Please,
Mr. Chairman,
please resume your seat. Emeka, I heard you. Please.
I will take my seat, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
But the point has been made. Thank you, Mr.
Please
Chairman.
resume your seat. Are there any specific issues or questions relating to the results presented by the REC Kwara apart from these general issues? Okay. Scope, Kwara, and the REC, please present your report.
After we get electoral reforms, is that the end? We must add parallel, electronic, real-time polling unit results transmission, collation, and display. Real-time. Parallel to whatever we can get INEC to do. Parallel. We have the application. It's Election Watch. But we need the people, polling unit marshals. How many polling units do we have in Nigeria? 189,000. Round that off to 200,000. Multiply it by 3. So we have at least 3 polling unit agents per polling unit. And each of these polling unit marshals will enter the results from the polling units. And immediately, election closes on election day. Immediately. I'm not talking about 1 hour later. No. Immediately, election closes, results are counted from the polling unit. We have the result for the whole Nigerians to see on our web portal. We have it. But we must work together to achieve this. We need you to volunteer to become a polling unit agent. This is not a partisan solution. It is not. This is not, oh, I am APC, I am PDP, I am ADC. No. This is a solution for all Nigerians. This is not a, oh, I am Obidient, oh, I am Showore, I am, no. Any serious candidate, any serious Nigerian that is contesting against the APC in 2027, any serious Nigerian that wants a new Nigeria that works for everybody, must, as a matter of necessity, support this solution and volunteer as a polling unit marshal. The application is already developed. We're testing it. We need you to volunteer so that we can put these measures in place. Like I said, if we have these 4 solutions in place, Election Watch being just one of them, it won't matter that Tinubu is 5-in-1. He will lose. And if we don't have these solutions in place, it won't matter that Peter Obi, El-Rufai, Amechi form the biggest coalition. It won't matter because they will be rigged out. And then they will tell you, go to court. I don't want to cry after the election of February 2027, saying they rigged us out. No. We can prevent the rigging. I want to be the one with the solutions, with the evidence, and that brings us to the second solution. Calm guard. To capture admissible evidence that we can use to defend our victory in court. Admissible evidence that the judiciary cannot hide from, that INEC cannot hide from. These are solutions that we can do, but as individuals, it is impossible. But if we work together, easily achievable. but difficult. Now, we must now come together to make sure we achieve it. Tinubu knows that his only option to continue beyond 2027 is to rig. And he's not hiding it. So if anybody is serious about a Nigeria that works, coalition is not the answer. I say it. If we have free and fair election in Nigeria today, if it is guaranteed, Peter Obi does not need a coalition. He doesn't. He will win. Tinubu will lose. I've said it. If free and fair election is guaranteed in Nigeria and you bring a goat, you wear agbada on the coat to contest against Tinubu, he will lose. And that's why Tinubu is not planning to give you free and fair elections. The signs are there. But we can resist it and defeat whatever rigging arrangement they put in place. They are planning for rigging on election day. But do you know what? They are taking it beyond that. They are planning for rigging leading to election day. Do you know that there is a type of rigging that takes place before election day even comes? That is where you have weaponized poverty, weaponized impunity, weaponized political party. These are tools to rig election before the election even starts. And the whole aim of these weaponized political parties, weaponized impunity, weaponized poverty, the whole aim is voter apathy. Such that the only few viewers that come out, voters that come out to vote, they are buyable. So they are using these tools to prime Nigerians for voter apathy and for vote selling and vote buying. So we cannot just focus on only election day and say we have done the job. No, we've done the job for election day. Camp Guard and Election Watch, they take care of rigging on election day. But you see, Well Fund, Law Patrol, and Abundance Party, they take care of rigging leading up to the election day. And we must take both of them together to completely eradicate rigging in 2027. Well Fund is a tool to de-weaponize poverty in Nigeria. It is a scheme that helps Nigerians to fish, not simply give them fish. You've heard it. Give a person a fish, you feed him for the moment. The next moment he's hungry, there's nothing you can do because you don't have infinite resources. But teach him to fish, you have fed him for life. Now, if you take it further and you help him to fish, you have fed a whole country. That is exactly what Well Fund seeks to do. Financial support for feeding in exchange for participation in agricultural food production. Well Fund will not only empower Nigerians, put food on their table, it will reduce the cost of food and increase our hard currency earning from food because food will be surplus within a very short time with Well Fund. And when you have a people that are empowered, they won't sell their vote for 500 naira or 1,000 because they know from Well Fund they get way more than that. So Well Fund will help to de-weaponize poverty. Weaponized impunity will be handled by Law Patrol. Law Patrol will take care of weaponized impunity leading up to the 2027 election. And then Abundance Party is the tool to de-weaponize political parties. Right now, political parties have been weaponized. Even if you look at the so-called coalition right now, it is the same recycled old politicians that are forming this coalition. Yes, I will be okay with it if somebody like a Peter Obi can emerge as a presidential candidate, but it only takes care of the presidency. What about those at the National Assembly, those in the state, those in the local government? The political parties as they currently exist in Nigeria have been weaponized against credible candidates. No credible candidate with integrity and capacity and character will participate in politics as it is practiced by political parties in Nigeria today. No credible candidate will do it. Only those who, and they are very few, in fact, very rare, like Peter Obi, very rare. How many of you Nigerians can take 100 million naira to go and buy form to become president of Nigeria? Well, now why even see the 100 million? How many Nigerians have 100 million naira today? And it's not only 100 million naira. 100 million is just for form. There's expression of interest too. Then you now talk about money to buy delegates. After money to buy delegates, you will have to settle some bills for the political parties. They go knock you bill. And after that, you have to now start thinking about how you are going to spend money on some people at INEC, spend money on some people in the security agency, spend money on some people to buy votes and all that. Before you know it, to become president, you are looking at 20 billion naira. Number one, how many Nigerians can afford that? And in any case, why would you think that somebody will spend 20 billion naira to become president and then the person will come and care about you? When his official legitimate salary is not up to even 100 million or 1 billion. He must steal. So the political parties as they currently exist have been weaponized against Nigerians. So we must de-weaponize political party, and a tool to do that is the Abundance Party of Nigeria. These are the tools. But the one that is very critical right now is the election day solution to stop rigging. And that's Election Watch, which needs you to volunteer to become a polling unit marshal. It's at no risk to you. I know many of you are afraid. Yes, you don't want a situation whereby you talk and then they come and remove the food from your table. I can understand that. But this does not put you at risk. You are not at risk of being shot. You are not at risk of losing your source of livelihood. No risk to you. But at the end of the day, you stand to benefit from a Nigeria that works, where you will be able to earn much more than you are earning today. So no risk. There is 100% anonymity when you volunteer as a polling unit marshal. 100% safe. But the impact of your action will be felt years to come, because it will birth a new Nigeria that works for all of us. Join us to accomplish this task. The links are in the description. We are testing it right now. Help us to test it.